The reason why I think it's unrealistic to think realistic is because what you think is realistic or what is possible in this world is based upon the narrow selected people that happen to near with you, and including add to the mix of all your biological brain's vulnerabilities, which is pretty easy to exploit, and the culture around you where you have been born, and your contemporary status of the technology. Because even 10 years, just 10 years ago, it wasn't possible to make a video like this. Okay, it is pretty good quality and literally 14,000 rupees phone. Okay, I don't think you could get that. Okay, let me put my laptop on charger. Oh, I don't have the charger. Okay, so the bias of where you live, okay, it really pretty depends on where you live, how, what culture is this, okay, whether they promote learning or they prefer security for in the case of India, or did parents say to children to leave home and do your own thing after they become 18, or they keep at home even after they are 30. Okay, and the bias of your biological brain. The second thing is, so the confirmation why, if you believe in one thing, then for example, if I believe in one thing, then I'm willing to hear and go deeper in things that I believe it to rationalize those things. Another thing is bias of culture. If you are in Bihar, and if you're in Bihar like a typical middle class Indian, the security and the government jobs are synonymous and highest value, and this is how you get married. लड़की कौन देगा in Hindi and English. Living in Bay California area, then you will cringe at the idea of that technology, of bias of technology. I think this is very interesting because technology isn't really neutral. Okay, the advent of television didn't make book, or okay, so before television was that normal. Okay, we are talking about 1919, 2000, early 2000s. Before TV, there was books. The media was print-based media. All the consumptions are based on the arguments, and now it is like visuals. Okay, before after TV, even though they have bias of YouTube, because those videos that have catchy and or that, because males are visually stimulated, suggestive thumbnails obviously going to get more views or get more promoted because they are getting more views. Why? Because they are exploiting on biological brain. Because, and the point is, technology isn't neutral. Okay, it's hard to do that thing on books. And the example I wrote is that if you were to living in Abraham Lincoln's time, okay, so even if Abraham Lincoln passed near you, you won't notice because you don't know how he looks. And well, technically he was, why his ex-wife, or yes, I think ex, I don't know, why his wife the ugliest person she has ever seen. I think, I don't know, I think I've read somewhere. And if Abraham Lincoln passed away, you will notice. Why? Because even though he was president at the time, and the reason is because you know him because of his arguments, articulation, and the ideas he represents or he tried to bring, not because how he looks or the background music that is running. Okay, as we have seen nowadays. Okay, because the persona they have built and the reason of being president is due to their arguments and their ideas. The same thing. Why the fuck I am repeating it? You will have know him due to his the thing. So what you think is realistic in short is highly malleable, immature idea. Not immature, that's a wrong word in this context, but I think so. What you and I can do for that? Be humble. Sort out views of different people. I learned this from Call Newport podcast, deep questions. Sort out views of different people of different times. Yeah, for example, where okay, never mind. Regularly, fully articulate points that you feel strong about. Okay, regularly write down and articulate and know specifically what you really believe in. Okay, you will because when you start to write, you think you know everything in your brain, but when you start to put pen in paper, okay, not that I will not think typing, but when you start to put your pen on paper, ideas start to manifest. Yeah, I mean, you get the new ideas and you get surprised by, even though they are own your ideas, but you will start to surprise that and you didn't know those ideas, but they started to manifest. And this is done only by journaling. So another reason to journal. So sort out okay, so regularly fully articulate the ideas that you feel strongly about, strongly, and here that mean ego investment in that idea, you can say. Okay, and then find the best well written counter argument of it. The point here isn't to change what you think, but you will notice that after getting, okay, so this is what I believe, and this is the best material. Okay, I could find the best literature written on that. Okay, don't go to Twitter for that. The point here isn't to change what you think, but you will notice that after this process you will have more nuance and empathetic understanding of the topic, because both of the sides are getting some points right and some points are wrong. So this is why I think it's unrealistic to realistic, and what you think that it's could not be done could be done. I know I'm sounding like a Sunday Meswell thing, but I've made my arguments, pragmatic arguments, and thank you so much for watching.